Hi guys, and welcome back to another Adopt Me video. In today's video I'm going to be answering your questions, so this is a speed grind and a bit of a Q&A. I apologise if you can hear any background noise. I have to open my window because it is boiling where I am. I also do want to say that I also got one of my old main pets back called Iggy. I had Iggy the Ankylosaurus ages ago, but I did trade her because someone offered 2 good megas for her, so I thought I kind of needed to do it. So I'm so happy I have Iggy back, and Iggy is going to definitely be a main character on this channel. So yeah, today I'm just going to do some speed grinding, and then I am going to talk over and answer your guys' questions. So to start off, the first question I got, and I'm reading this off of the post I did a couple of days ago, where I asked you guys for some questions. I'm going to be going down and reading your guys' questions. So the first question is by Kumioni Nez, I think. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm really sorry. Is what is your ultimate dream pet? Now this is weird because I kind of already have my dream pets, but I think my next dream pet that I would really love to have is probably maybe a neon owl. However, I feel like I'm not too bothered whether I get that anytime soon. I would also love to get a neon flower-eyed bat dragon or a giraffe, but at the moment I'm not very desperate for dream pets. I feel like I already have the dream pets that I really ultimately want. So but yeah, what is your goals now? My goal is to reach 100,000 books in Adopt Me, because and maybe get a couple more age potions, because I want to be able to make a neon legendary of the new pet that comes out, depending on what it is, obviously for the summer festival. And what did you do and how you get rich? So unfortunately I did spend money on Robux. I have my own job. I am able to spend money on this game, so that is ultimately how I've gotten quite a good few pets quite quickly. But you can play this game without spending money, and the way you do it is by going on to making megas, like common megas. I think I mentioned this in my first ever video, where to make common megas and then trade them for legendaries and stuff, and then do it like that. Because at the beginning I didn't know how to make commons or megas, like megas at the very beginning. But if I were to do a poor to rich challenge again, I would definitely make common megas. And I think that's definitely a good tip to get rich. I think having Robux definitely speeds up the process of getting rich, but you can definitely get rich from not spending Robux, if that makes sense. I also recommend trying Adopt Me Trading Values, which is a site where you can put up like offers, and people can see if they want them, etc. It's a really good website. So yeah, when did you start playing Adopt Me? I answered this in my other Q&A. So I did start playing last year during the summer state fair, but I didn't properly play because I wasn't into it. I started playing in the summer, is it the summer sunshine games? I can't quite remember, but the summer sunshine games. What do you prefer, trading or grinding? I think I prefer grinding over trading. Just because trading can be so exhausting, especially because there's so many values and stuff. I just find it easier to grind. The next set of questions I have is from Starry Char YouTube. She said, or they said, do you ever plan to do a face reveal? When it comes to a face reveal, I'm not too sure, because I honestly like to keep things to myself, like personal things, but I think maybe eventually I can do, but I'm not too sure. I don't feel too comfortable at the moment doing that, but I'm sure at some point I will do one. I don't know when though, so I can't give like an estimated date, but I'm sure I'll do one sometime in the future. Will you someday meet your fans? I have met you guys, so I have met you guys. I don't know whether you mean IRL, because obviously I'd need to feel comfortable with doing a face reveal, so I don't know whether I'd meet people IRL, but I have met you guys. I do live streams, etc., so I have met you guys, and you guys are so wonderful. And then the last question was, when did you start Adopt Me, which I answered before, so thank you so much. The next couple of questions are from one Youngism Hamda, and they said, would you ever do a speed build video? I think I've done 2 speed build videos that you can go watch, so I have done them before. Can you give us some tips for Adopt Me? Tips for Adopt Me, make a grind home. Make sure that you get a pretty good inventory in terms of get a couple of common megas, and then trade them for legendaries, neon legendaries, etc., and that's how you can kind of get like decent pets and stuff. But I always like making mega commons, just because they're so easy to make, and I think some of them, like the show pony, are like really cute and like quite easy to trade, I think. So yeah, I would recommend doing that. And also, if you are able to get Robux, I recommend buying ride potions, because people always love ride potions. The next questions are from Dav Plays AM, and they asked, who inspired you? So my biggest inspirations are Lavlol, who we all know and love, Izzy Gaming. I love her videos. I love her VIP home. Oh my goodness. I would say who else? Brit Day Cake. I quite like her. And then just kind of like a bunch of other people that just like I've kind of combined into my own little channel, which I think is so sweet. But yeah, they are definitely my biggest inspirations. What's your favourite film? My favourite film? What's my favourite film? I think it might have to be a Studio Ghibli film, so either Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, or Howl's Moving Castle. What's my best memory? That's quite deep. I'm gonna say on Adopt Me, my best memory was probably when I did my first ever live with you guys. That was so sweet. I honestly did not expect anyone to come along. So when you guys did, I was like, oh my god, people are actually here. It's so sweet. So yeah. What's my biggest pet peeve? My biggest pet peeve is probably when you are trading a home and someone puts an offer in that's pretty good. You get to the second trade window, and then they leave. And like trollers like that, for example, when they said like they're not sure or something, but they go into the second trade window and then they just leave. That is so frustrating. It's actually, I hate it so much. Like literally, just say no thank you, you don't have to leave. Okay, the next set of questions are from Chloe X Hearts, and she asked, what's your favourite type of dog? My favourite type of dog probably has to be Dachshund, Basset. They are probably my 2 favourite dogs, because obviously I have Daphne and obviously I have Daisy, and Daisy is half Basset, half Cocker Spaniel, and Daphne is a Dachshund, and I just love them so much. Like, they're just so cute. Do you like cats? I like cats. In fact, I love cats, but we don't have cats because my mum's allergic, but I would love to have a cat in the future, because I just think they're just so lovely and calm. Do you like playing any games except from Adopt Me in Roblox and outside of Roblox? I like to play Star Stable. I like to play Batman Arkham Knight, Skyrim, Monster Hunter Wilds. That's a good one. I want to play more FPS game, first person shooter games, but I'm trying to find some. But the thing is, it can be really toxic on that. toxic on those games, so I always feel like I don't really want to play, but I kind of just want to play because I just think it looks cool. But yeah, I'm not a massive fan of some of the people on those games. McDonald's or KFC? So I'm going to say McDonald's, and that might sound really boring, but ever since KFC changed, they put like some sort of spice in the chips. They were like, because everyone was saying that the chips were really bad. In my opinion, they were brilliant, and then they added this weird seasoning on. And now it tastes, oh, I don't like it. So yeah, I'm not a fan of KFC fries anymore, so it's gonna have to be McDonald's. And McDonald's have burgers, so yeah, I like burgers. Can you still get the Rainbow Maker in Adopt Me? I made a short about the Rainbow Maker, but you can't get the Rainbow Maker in Adopt Me. You can get the Rainbow Maker UGC, which can be used in Adopt Me. That's what I feel like. It's so confusing, and I feel like Adopt Me needs to kind of cover it again, because I've had so many comments about, oh, can you trade me your Rainbow Maker, but the Rainbow Maker is on my back and it's not on my pet's back. And basically you can get the Rainbow Maker UGC from the unicorn plush, but you can't get the Rainbow Maker pet wear anymore, if that makes sense. So thank you so much for your questions. Hi, I have 3 questions for you. Why do you play Adopt Me? Who inspired you to play Adopt Me? I think I kind of started getting into it because I have like friends who played it. So one of my best friends and then her mum played it as well. So I wanted to try get into it because it did seem really nice, and I just wanted to see what it was about because it looked fun. And I had played before, but ages ago, and that was like literally so long ago. I didn't even do anything in Adopt Me, really. Why do you play Adopt Me? I play Adopt Me because I find it so relaxing, and I just like the idea of like working towards something, if that makes sense. I think it's really sweet. Are you going to play other games beside Adopt Me and upload them on YouTube? I might do, but the thing is about moving genres with games, sometimes it can be a hit and miss. So I want to do games that you guys will like as well. So I will see, but I don't know whether I will 100%. But I will see some suggestions if you guys want to put suggestions for other games. So thank you so much for your questions. The next question is your fave Isa's. I have 2 questions, Link. As a beginner of Adopt Me, how would you explain trying to get rich? For example, lots of megas and neons. Second, what can you do to motivate yourself to grind? So for the first question, like I said before, make mega commons, mega uncommons, then trade them for legendaries, and then trade a bunch of legendaries for a neon legendary. That's how I would do it. Second, what can you do to motivate yourself to grind? I just put music on in the background. I listen to a podcast. I just put a video on in the background, and I just do it as I do, I know that people constantly want to stay motivated to grind, but I honestly don't force myself. If I don't want to play Adopt Me anymore that evening and want to do it like in a couple of hours, then I'll just do that, because I'm not gonna force myself to do something I don't want to do. But just have the goal in mind, set a goal, say I want to get 3 aged up potions today, do that, and then you won't feel like you're slacking off, if that makes sense. What's your favourite activity outside of Roblox? I love to spend time with my dog. I love to look after my tarantulas and jumping spider. I just love them so much. They're so sweet. But I'm just a massive fan of them. So yeah. Most important question: how are you? I'm absolutely fine. I'm doing all right. I'm just a bit tired, but I'm doing good. And then the last question that I got was, how did you manage to grow so quickly on YouTube with Adopt Me content? And what I've got to say to that is that I don't really know. I've been doing YouTube for quite some time with my other channel and with a bunch of other channels that I have had in the past. And I did invest in some equipment for my YouTube, such as a microphone with good quality, etc. So, but I think it's all to do with thumbnails, all to do with when you upload a video, etc. So it really does depend on exactly when you do what. But at the end of the day, it's also about the content and just structuring your videos, I guess. So yeah, that is all the questions that you guys asked me. I hopefully answered your guys' questions, and yeah, I will see you guys next video. Next video might be a trading video, I will see. But yeah, I love you guys so much, and I hope you have a brilliant rest of your day. Okay, bye!